Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The French defense prepares for d5, but blocks in the light-squared bishop in exchange for a strong center and counter-attacking chances. d4 grabs full control of the center and opens up the dark-squared bishop. d5 is a counter-attack in the center that threatens the e4 pawn. c3 defends the e4 pawn and pressures the d5 pawn. f6 defends the d5 pawn and also attacks the e4 pawn. bg5 pins the knight on f6 and threatens e4 e5. bb4 develops the bishop and pins the knight on c3 to the king. e5 closes the center and attacks the pinned knight on f6. h6 attacks the bishop on g5, forcing white to either retreat the bishop or exchange it for the knight on f6. bd2 retreats the bishop and unpins the knight on c3. bxc3 captures the knight and attacks the bishop on d2 and the pawn on b2. bxc3 captures the bishop, supports the d4 pawn and opens up the b file. ne4 places the knight on a center square where it attacks the bishop on d2 and the pawn on c3. qg4 develops the queen, attacks the g7 pawn and the knight on e4. kf8 protects the g7 pawn without castling, where if black had castled instead of kf8, then 9. bxh6 would have been devastating for black. bd3 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the knight on e4. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. This activates a knight by developing it off of its starting square. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. The opposing bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. It is the last book move. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. It is excellent. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. It is an inaccuracy. This is a fair move. It is good.